around the arena. Pretty much every seat taken. And here's Flag on the break, punching it home. Welcome to the league, Cooper Flag.
Seeing what we have there and what we have here, baby faces. Look at them. You got to start somewhere. Why not send the NBA babies to Las Vegas? Summer League. What could possibly go wrong? David and Nicole with you on your TV. Look, I started this glorious career in Rockford, Illinois. Spent some time in Fort Wayne, Indiana, too. David started in Savannah. There's an asterisk to that.
Easy.
And that photo over there is courtesy of Charleston.
Yes.
That hair is on point. The point is everyone has to start somewhere.
And this SportsCenter has to start with the guy picked at the start of the draft. Flag got the start for the Mavs.
Can we
Let's
just
say start for a while.
We need to go back to the hair at some point.
At some point, we'll revisit. How about, he's got a goatee. He's got a new look, Cooper Flag, since his college days. Missed his first couple shots, but then flashes here. The steal and the crunch at the other end, splitting the defenders. And hey, say hello to Cooper Flag. Very next Mavs possession, Flag pushing it. Comes down court. Tough shot, no problem. And Kyrie is coming off a torn ACL. He's going to get a chance to play with Cooper Flag at some point this season. Flag, little finger roll there. Kind of a misleading highlight. He shot just 5 of 21, but we're playing the hits here. In quarter two, now almost had a tremendous volcanic throwdown. Didn't quite get there. And here's what Bronny James had to say about defending Flag.
You know, he's a quick, powerful big. So, you know, we got to do everything we can to, stop him and slow him down. But he's a great player. He's going to get his sometimes. So, just got to do a great job at stopping him down.
Yeah, that's a tough assignment for Bronny, who's given away 8 inches or so. But playing him tough here. Won't let him back down. Pops the ball out. They got a foul. They whistle him. But Bronny doing his level best. Very next play. Bronny again defending him, and that time Cooper got him. Last minute of the first half, tough shot, gets the roll. Flag at 10.5, would not score in half two, but he's an enthusiastic defender. Swatting DJ Stewart there. Flag pushing it on the fast break, finds Ryan Nembhard for 3. So great moment defensively for Cooper Flag, which starts it up and results in 3 points at the other end. Last seconds. This is probably not the shot the Lakers wanted, down 2. Bronny, the hero ball. Hoist doesn't go. Mavericks win. They hold on in Flag's debut, but not a masterpiece. And he wasn't thrilled with his performance.
The coaches, they had a lot of confidence in me. They've been telling me they want me to, experiment, try some new things. Now I was trying to be aggressive. That's new for me too. I would say that might be one of the worst games of my life. And I'm not necessarily worried, but obviously just not happy with how it went. But, at the end of the day, we did get the win.
We say hello to Tim Legler, checks notes. He said, that's one of the worst games of my life. You were courtside to see Cooper Flag. How did he look to you?
I certainly wouldn't describe it that way. I understand why he's being hard on himself. I think he really wanted to come out here and play incredibly well. And he started off that way. He had some butterflies, I thought, in the first few minutes, and then he found his rhythm a little bit offensively. I think at the end of the day, what you were looking for was just all of those different boxes that he checks. Did you see those things? We did. You saw the elite defense. You saw his ability to handle the ball for a guy his size against a ton of ball pressure. Only had, I believe, 1 turnover on the night. So you saw that. You saw the playmaking. You saw some of the mid-range shot making and stuff at the rim athletically. The one thing he didn't do was shoot well in the mid-range or from deep. All of those shots, for the most part, were heavily contested. I do think that's the one part of his game that will be the last to arrive at the NBA level. His ability to make mid-range pull-up shots and make 3-point shots. The level of defense and the length and the quickness are just different. And I do think mechanically it's the one thing with his release he still has to work on. But I saw enough to know that there's going to be a lot of nights Cooper Flag is going to impact the game in a big way, even when he doesn't make shots, and I thought that was one of those cases tonight.
And obviously he holds himself to a very high standard. He also was out there 32 minutes. How surprised were you by how much he played?
I was shocked by it. I don't know that I've seen a guy picked in the top 5 that played all but 3 minutes of the first half. Every time I looked up, Cooper Flag was either on the floor or going out for basically getting a quick drink, and he was back in the game. I was very surprised by that. Now, I don't know what that means going forward. I'm not sure what the plan is for Cooper Flagg, and if they've come up with one with how much they want to use him here. I know he wants to have a better offensive performance than he had tonight, but that's a lot of usage, particularly when he was handling the ball up the floor the entire game against a lot of pressure. It's exhausting. So I think stamina also played a part in this. He looked a little bit fatigued, as you would expect. He hasn't played really a meaningful game since April, I believe.
And also a reminder, he was double teamed minute 1 of the game, the second he had the ball. Right. You, me, we all get to see him play again. Cooper and the Mavericks, they next play Saturday, 4 o'clock against the Spurs. You can see it on ESPN and ESPN+.
Full summer league schedule. Let's dive in.
When you do Jalen Williams stuff all season long, you get rewarded with a 5-year max rookie contract extension that could max out at $287 million. NBD. The Thunder are spending their summer doing just that, spending. Because on top of this Williams deal, they also just handed MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander a 4-year, $285 million supermax, and Chet Holmgren a 5-year, $250 million deal too. Do the math. That's $822 million, which is also a solid warning shot for the rest of the NBA because those three are now locked in through the 2030-31 season.
Our senior NBA insider, Shams Charania, joins us now. So, Shams, great news for the Thunder. They keep their big three, but it cost them over $800 million to do it. And when you make that kind of massive commitment and investment in just 3 guys, what does it mean for your flexibility and being able to just keep your roster and also make future moves?
David, everything that Sam Presti has built is unique. We've never seen a team built quite like this in the NBA. And they have 3 players on these massive maximum contract extensions, but they're going to be a non-tax-paying team for the 3rd straight title contending season. And then come 2026-27, they will enter the 1st and 2nd aprons. But again, this core group of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jalen Williams, and Chet Holmgren, still so young, not even in their primes yet, but they're going to be together through the remainder of this decade. And what Sam Presti and the Thunder have is dozens of draft picks, pick swaps, flexibility with the roster, with other rotational players that are on team-friendly type contracts that will allow this team to continue to build around the core of those 3. So Sam Presti, the Thunder, those 3 players will continue to be there the remainder of the decade. The question is what tweaks could be made in years to come. But getting those 3 players locked in, commitment is the word that rules the day in Oklahoma City. They got all 3 players committed through the remainder of the decade to play in the primes of their career.
Yeah, good for the champs. They retain their key guys. The Bucks hoping to hold on to their franchise. And some comments from Giannis to the streamer iShowSpeed maybe cast some doubt on that, Shams. Let's have a listen to this.
LA, the tax is bad. New York, tax is bad.
Yeah.
Hell no.
A lot of people tried to convince me to go and play there and stuff.
Oh, no. So you staying in Milwaukee?